Welcome back once again. This is Mukul Yudhvir Singh here at ET Auto EV Conclave 2025. This is the 10th edition. And sitting with me is a special man who is helping India transition to electric buses. Nishant Arya of JVM, and with him, joining him is Arun Subramanian from Sharpsell. Nishant, buses and the future of retail. Now, when I speak to two-wheeler makers, four-wheeler makers, the answers are very simple. I'm very straightforward that the future of retail is customization. They are bringing, vehicles to the doorsteps of the customer and all that. But how is the future of retail for buses?
So see, in bus sector, and specifically in case of EV, at least we as an organization do not focus upon MTS, which is made to stock, but made to order. And the customization levels go significantly higher so that our customers can really ensure and get a product which is fully relevant for them. And we believe in a TCO mindset for the end customer, which is total cost of ownership. And therefore, it becomes very essential that how we are giving a product which becomes a cash cow for our end customer. And that's where we try and see that how technology driving value is the primary ethos and the foundation of our product. And that's where we see that the retail market is growing significantly because the tipping points in each of the bus segments, whether we look at airports. So now you see majority of the large airports, the customers are buying only electric buses. And some of the intermediate or even smaller airports, they are envisaging and looking forward to doing that as the utilization of their product is going up. So it means it is not a far-fetched thing that eventually over a period of time in many such segments, you would be seeing primarily 100% electric fleets, not because it is good to have, but that is the demand of the customer based on the TCO. Similarly, what we see in staff applications, corporates today, which are focused on environment, which are focused on ESG, which are having focus on SDG goals, are really seeing it on a very different canvas where they have a very long-term perspective and they see that how are they propelling net zero and zero emission in their organization in every single manner. And that is how the retail is transitioning and transforming from where it was 5 years back. So 5 years back, the market was primarily the STU market, government market, and so on and so forth. So today that has evolved in a big way, and that is what is fueling the growth of the industry. And it is critical to understand that today this retail sector or private sector, if I may call it, which is B2B in our case, because we don't have any B2C customers. Our end consumers are B2C for sure, which is the common man which we are addressing. But our immediate customers who use or buy these products are B2B customers. And that is where they have to understand and see that the reliability, durability of these products are very good. So we have to ensure that they understand the product they're using. So the retail market has totally transformed in the last few years. And that's where we see multiple segments are coming up and where we see that there is a huge interest. And people are becoming more responsible as end consumers, as users, as buyers, and as operators of any kind of public mobility solution today.
Thank you for explaining that so beautifully, Nishant. Arun, my key takeaways: TCO, customization, market moving beyond a certain categories. How important does the keyword customization and also customization of TCO become here for sales, future sales?
Sure. So I think the one of the biggest issues that we see happening on the field is while the product and platform would offer, infinite customizations, the fact becomes, do you have the right kind of folks who are able to explain it to the customer? Because you can't throw infinite options to the customer. So are you able to really go understand the day in the life of a customer's customer, and figure out what makes sense for them and talk about the right pain points? And unfortunately, that is not more it's not super straightforward, because you can say कि sab kuch karenge, and the question is, now I'm putting the question on the other side saying kya chahiye aapko. I'm giving you the menu, and a lot of times people don't understand what those menu items really mean for them. I mean, some things yes, some things no. And the other part that we are seeing also is that with a lot of tech coming in, uh, the product is moving more from what is tangible to what is non-tangible, which means that you can't touch and feel show ki sir ye farak hoga. Of course that, but you have to cross it and you have to conceptually sell a lot of things. And unlike passenger vehicle, here in commercial vehicle, you're not talking just about the magic of, I'll convince somebody. No, you have to have a logic as well, and you'll have to kind of the logic for different, different personas in the buying cycle are very different. Let's say somebody in the purchase team might want very different. Somebody who's an operator will want something different. So how are you going to use the same information but convince different stakeholders becomes there? So for us, the more the product customization is, the more the sales pitch customization also has to be there, because, and these two are not always the same. So are you able to do that is to us the key question that we are looking to solve for.
Nishant, if I'm a first-time buyer, because there are a lot of people who now want to, invest in logistics. Maybe I'm a first-time buyer. I want to buy 10 buses today, and I already have the contracts where they will be deployed, and everything else is sorted for me. But then buses as a category, I cannot ask for a test drive right at my doorstep, or I cannot ask for a lot of other things which I can ask in a car or a bike. How do you solve this challenge for new age buyers who are buying for the first time or don't have too much experience, particularly looking from the future point of view?
So we believe in giving a ecosystem solution. So in our EV ecosystem, what we try and do is that firstly we give a turnkey solution. So we have a after sales network which is having presence in each and every nook and corner of the country and in multiple cities and countries across the world. Secondly, what we try and do is, if the customer wants to put in money, so we try and work with the customer very closely to see that what is the kind of route planning they are doing, what are the kind of drivers they are having. So we provide driver training, we help them understand the customer need, their end customer needs, what could those be. We try and simulate those and share with them. In terms of the operating efficiencies, what can be brought about. So we come up with all the different nuances which could be a differentiating factor between our customer and any other mobility company.
Interesting.
And we try and educate and support them to the extent the customer wants, and clearly see that how we believe in going the extra mile with our customer. And so we try and see that small things which make a big difference eventually, whether in terms of mileage, whether in terms of the complete passenger comfort, or we talk about the capacity, or we see the kind of vehicle application, how the same product can be used for multi applications in certain cases, depending on city to city and country to country, and the regulatory framework, one can easily do that. And that is where the customer is able to really feel that they are working with the organization who's not an electric bus manufacturer, but a EV ecosystem player. So whether in terms of charging or after sales or battery or power electronics, software, hardware, firmware, and multiple other things, we give them a turnkey solution, because JBM as a group has been able to deliver the ecosystem to its customers, and not only the product, because we've being one of the pioneers in this sector, and having a focus with the kind of capacities we have across the world, we are seeing that the customers are looking for this if they get it. So why not see that we are able to proactively address their requirements and their concerns, rather than doing it later when they come up with them.
Interesting, very interesting. Uh, Differentiation between products and brands, especially from digital brochure point of view, beyond brochures. How important is that?
So for us, like what you're saying, the baseline is there. Do you have a service network? Do you have a brand? So those are things that you'll have to build on. So I mean, those are things that somebody who's out there selling can't do anything about. Question is, are you able to launch from that platform that already exists? And are you able to kind of make things relevant to your customers? Because the whole idea here for us is, how are you able to get the message across to this customer saying, boss, I'm there with you at every stage of your, life cycle of using this product. I mean, the product serves a specific need, and I'm going to help you solve for that need. And when we say digital brochures, for us, the way we look at it is, see, brochures give you all the information about a product. And to me, that's what I'll call a marketing collateral. You know, that's kind of done the job to open the roles and tell people ki broadly what is it. But the moment I have a conversation with somebody, people don't want brochures anymore. They're like, boss, wo broad strokes samajh mein aa gaya. Now you tell me, I have specific questions based on my experience, based on problems that I've faced. Are you able to handle those questions and tell me how you will solve for them? So the conversation, the job of the brochure is to open the door. Beyond that, nobody cares about brochure, and I can't help ask my seller to say, "Nahi, sir, I've shared the brochure, page 4 mein second column mein ye hoga." That falls flat. So for us, there has to be a sales collateral, there has to be a marketing collateral, and these two are not really the same, because marketing collateral does its job of moving from, let's say, an inquiry to an interest. But beyond interest, then you'll have to look at how are you going to arm this seller with something that they can address specific customer needs on and specific customer queries on. So for us, we may call it a brochure, but categorically it has to be like marketing facing and sales facing collateral.
Interesting. One last question to both of you.
Sure.
Your experience so far at the ET Auto EV Conclave 2025.
No, I think ET Auto as a property, as they say in your industry, has constantly been very progressive in its mindset, because it started off with manufacturers in the beginning, and as we progressed, I think in the last 10 years, we just completed a decade in our business of EV buses in this year.
And this is also the 10th edition of...
Yes. So both of us have similar age for our businesses.
Yeah.
I think it is very interesting to see that it has evolved from a product to an ecosystem to an experience, and how holistic outlook has become the norm for anyone. I think that is very interesting to see, and I really appreciate that.
Thank you for the kind words, Nishant. And we would, the only thing we would aspire for is getting better with each edition.
Absolutely.
Your
no, I think it's been a great learning experience for us, because I think we come here to learn, understand what's happening in the industry, and I think the good news is that I think this this event really attracts all the decision makers, and I think for us it gives a sense of where the thought process is, what the future is, and I think what better place to learn more about what's happening in the industry than being here.
Thank you, gentlemen. I think Nishant Arya has put it beautifully. Experience ET Auto EV Conclave 2025 like you have experienced the JBM buses so far, and the only way to experience that is to be here physically. This is Mukul Yudhvir Singh signing off for ET Auto EV Conclave 2025. We will see you in 2026 here again. Nishant, will see you as well.
So looking forward. Thank you.
Perfect. Take care. Bye-bye.